Hey guys, it's Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing a paid review. This is paid review MB6. MB6. It's for Matt. And before I start that, who invented the wristwatch check? It was Archibald Chesterfield III. Let's do it guys. Wristwatch check. I'm wearing a bluesy Submariner. Okay guys, let's jump straight into this paid review for Matt. Hello Archie, hope all is well. It's been a little while since you helped me out with your advice. Since that first video, I've been following your instructions diligently, except for one small indiscretion. I have saved up around 10,000 Aussie dollars for my next watch, and I was hoping that you could do a review of my small collection and provide me with some pointers on what I should be looking at. Details of my watches are as follows. Number one, we have a 36 mil Rolex Datejust 116-200. Number two, we have a Rolex Explorer 14270. Number three, we have a Speedmaster Professional 3590.50. And number four, we have a Vacheron Overseas 42040. I am worried about this one, as it may have been a mistake, Archie. It popped up locally for $6,500 and I impulse purchased it. I've sent you $50 US via PayPal. Thanks for your time. It is very much appreciated. Sincerely, Matt. Well, Matt, thank you so much for coming on the Paul Pluta channel. It really means a lot to me to have quality paid reviews. It is great. Okay, let's have a bit of a talk here about your collection and future directions there. I must say, Matt, please do stick to Rolex, because I gotta tell you, these other brands, they used to be easier to offload, but now they've turned to fucking dog shit. I gotta tell you, you've got a beautiful collection there. Beautiful. The 36 mil, if I wasn't as fat as I am, I actually like the 36 mil in a Datejust. I know the 41 is nicer for me, but that's what a very enjoyable watch. The 116-200, that's got the smooth. It's interesting, the numbering system tells you what options you have there. The 11 tells me it's the new series with the improved clasp. The 200 tells me steel smooth bezel. If it was a 220, it would be engine turned steel bezel. So that numbering system's quite interesting. Great watch. 36 mil Datejust, beautiful watch. Then we've got a Explorer 1. Absolutely, I've actually come back to the Explorer 1. My first Rolex was a 1016, 36 mil 1016. Sold it. Complete idiot selling it. Absolute moron. Sold it. Bought a date as you do. You think that's so cool. And now I've come back with the 39 mil. But 36 mil is a great piece, and they're not really that much cheaper. So they're holding very nicely. You've got a Speedmaster Professional. That's a beautiful watch. Beautiful Speedmaster. I mean, I've been a little bit fucked off with Omega. Omega's done a few things to really fuck me off. The Ultraman fucked me dead. What a wank. You know, I think the classic Speedy on a bracelet, manual wind, House of Light glass. It's classic. It's iconic. If it's not the greatest sports watch, it's the second greatest after the Submariner. I mean, both those watches are sports icons, and I love the Omega, the moon watch, the man on the fucking moon. How could you not love the moon watch? Then we've got your VC, very interesting. And look, VC is a bit of a toxic brand, sure. I mean, it's a holy trinity. I've owned a VC. My good friend David, I'll put a link to the video if I can remember. he had a VC, an all chronograph VC, an overseas chronograph, and they do lose a lot. You know, it's a 40 Aussie dollars. I think it's a $44,000 watch, and he ended up buying it for about 15,800 from a dealer, and yeah, you know, it's kind of, if you buy them cheap enough, I don't think it's a problem. You've paid 6.5 Aussie. I don't really see that as a problem. No. I think the VC is a nice watch. It's a really, really, very, very cool watch. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful watch. VC, they are delicate. They're not like a Rolex, but they are cool. There's something different, you know. And I don't think anything is wrong with that at all. You've got 4 steel stunners. Steel, I gotta tell you, you know, man, I had my solid gold sub. I didn't wear it because I was always scared of it getting down. I've gone two-tone now because I wanted the bluesy. Okay, fair call. But steel is the most practical metal. Out of all the, you know, I love gold. I love gold, but in the sports genre, a steel Rolex is just fucking quality. Gives you a nice feeling. I don't have a problem with that. What would I buy if I had around 10,000 Aussie dollars? So that's about 7,000 US dollars. Unfortunately, the Aussie dollar it's weak. We've still got to go and work hard to get 10,000. It's a lot of money. 10,000. You can buy a very nice second-hand car with $10,000. What would I buy? I'm just having a look at your collection there. So basically, if it was me, okay, yeah, you haven't really said. See, you've got a chronograph. You've got some really nice features there. I would probably add a Rolex. Okay, I would really add a Rolex. Now, hear me out. Now, I know you got 2 Rolexes already, right? 10,000 gets you a nice level. I don't know when you bought your Datejust and you bought your Explorer 1, but you possibly bought them because they were cheaper. They're kind of a compromise. And I'd probably go for a no compromise, bigger steel sports. What would I go for? That's a good question. What would I be going for? Look, I would seriously, if I was you got $10,000. That's a lot of fucking money. See, if you buy a steel sports Rolex, you're going to get your money back. If you need to get out, you can always get out. I'd probably go Submariner. I would go Submariner. I'd go Submariner. We'll talk about which Submariner in a minute. Or GMT function. Unfortunately, because the Batman's gone crazy and the black has gone crazy. I think the ceramic GMTs steel are gone. Explorer 2s, we could go 40 or 42 mil. I'd probably go nice 40 mil. You may be able to swing into the last of the series, which used a 3186 movement. I actually had one. I had, you know, the Black Explorer 2 I had, which I unfortunately sold because I had a bit of money troubles, and I know a couple of weeks later I bought an Explorer 1, but I sold something else to pay for that. So don't forget that. Yeah, I reckon Explorer 2 would be very cool. Polar or black, doesn't matter. They're good buying. Pre-ceramic steel GMTs, too expensive. You're not gonna, it's gonna be, you know what no date sub 2-line, pre-ceramic. You get that for 10. That's a nice watch. It's a very nice watch. A diver, really good diver. So if it was me, I'd either go 40 mil Explorer 2 or no date, sub, 2-line, pre-ceramic. That's it. That's it. That's it. That is absolutely it. That is absolutely it. That is where I would go. That is where I seriously would be going. That's the place I would go. So you got to decide what is what you like. You know, I'm just trying to give you a few pointers, but I think if you buy an Explorer 2, nice, beautiful one, or if you buy a no date sub 2-line pre-ceramic, you're going to really lose much. I don't think so. I don't think you'll lose much at all. So that's where I'd be going. Now your next question is, what should you said? Many apologies. You sent me another email. Said I have a job interview coming up. One for a public sector position, the other for a large project managing firm. What watch from the small collection would you wear to each of the interviews? Very good question. Very, very good question indeed. Look, I would tend to say, you know, I've actually gone for a contracting job in the public service. I wore a gold sub. Wasn't my blue sub. It was actually a 30 dial. I was selling for a friend of mine. And I just wore it because I just loved it. But they didn't notice. They don't really know. See, in the public service, most people aren't watch people. They aren't really watch people. So in Australia, they don't know these things. In Asia, they pick it up. They pick it up. But in Australia, I've only had one job interview when I was applied for my job at KBR. That actually it came up twice in the first interview, and then years later they offered me a fly-in, fly-out job in PNG. The guy had a Vacheron. I noticed it. I said, "What a cool Vacheron." He said, "No one's ever said anything about that watch." I said, "Yeah, I know Vacheron." What would I wear? Okay, so the public service, I'd probably be inclined. I would wear the Omega, okay, because the public service, they have very tall poppy syndrome. Oh my God, they want to peg you down. I'd wear the Omega because it's kind of what a technical guy would wear. It's not a Rolex, it's an Omega. It's not a Rolex, not a Rolex, not a Rolex. You could always pass it off and say, "Oh, nice watch. Yes, my dad gave it to me." You'd always pass it off. It was my dad. You know, just distance yourself from materialism and excessive spending. You know, just to be in the sheeple there. Large project management firm. I'd wear the Explorer 1. Explorer 1, because even if they do know what it is, which is very unlikely, it's a Rolex. They'd say, "Oh, he's a Rolex, precise and to the point." And I mean, the Explorer 1, I would have said the date just, but it's got the big the crown on it, right? You know, on the dial at the 12 position. Whereas on the Explorer, you got a triangle. The little crown is underneath it, so it's ever so more discreet. You've got to really be a watch aficionado to even know what an Explorer 1 is. So I think myself, that's what I'd be doing. Yeah. So good luck for the job there. That's good. You're plodding along. I like to hear stories from people who plod along and build a collection, because that's what I am. I'm a plodder. When I worked in private enterprise, I didn't earn more than 70,000 Australian dollars a year. In fact, I don't think I ever earned over 69,000 Australian dollars. So, actually I did, I got a bonus one year. But I like people who plod along and build a collection slowly. That means more to me than some rich fuck who just throws cash around. I like people who, it's the struggle, it's the journey. And it really makes me happy to hear stories of someone who's building a collection. And me, myself, I mean, I'm 47 this year. I got my beautiful Patek. No matter what happens, I got my Patek. I got 3 non-Rolex and I got 5 Rolex. And I think your collection, that you're building the Rolex, keep buying the Rolex. That's the biggest mistake I made in the last decade, was not staying with Rolex. That was my big mistake. And I admit I made, it's all, you know, I mean, I'm delivering content and I'm trying to, you know, it's a difficult thing. But stay with Rolex. Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. Money's safe. You can cash out at any time. You can downsize a bit if necessary. Rolex, just Rolex, Rolex. It's just, it's funny. You start off when you're into, you know, you get a Rolex, then you kind of get pissed off, but you always come back. I'm Paul Pluta. This has been a paid review. Thank you, Matt. I really did appreciate that. I need the money and it helps. So guys, if you want to do a paid review, just look in the description of this video for full details. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your fuckwitty friends, and don't be afraid to put some nasty comments below. I'm Paul Pluta. This is the Paul Pluta channel. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. Hi guys, Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III. Guys, I want to tell you this is so important. Guys, I depend on my Patreon supporters. Just this week, I used my Patreon funds to get myself a fantastic, lightweight, gimbal travel camera. And I just want to say thank you. This was made possible because of my Patreons. The Patreons, they made this purchase possible. And it's, you know, a piece of equipment like this is $600, plus I need a few memory cards. It's such an expensive business. Guys, if you haven't sponsored me on Patreon, please do so. Look in the description for this video here. It'll tell you ways you can help me. Guys, help me stay full-time on YouTube making videos. By helping me on Patreon, you send a small amount each month to me to keep me enthused and making videos. I can buy equipment like this little gimbal camera. Guys, come on, help me a lot, help me very much so, because guys, I want your help. I need help to make quality content. And I got to be honest with you, if I didn't have your help, it's not going to be much good, guys. It's not going to be much good. I need your help to buy equipment and to do things. So guys, sponsor me on Patreon and I'll be here for you. That's right, I'll be here for you. Please guys, help me on Patreon. See you later.
Oh honey, though our friendship ceases from